Well, good morning, my friend. It's Thursday morning, and welcome to the Pastor's Podcast. Good to have you along with me this morning. Looking forward to a good day. Had a great service last night. A lot of weather, of course, in the Oklahoma City area. But boy, I'm thankful for the faithfulness of the people of Maranatha Baptist Church. Some of the greatest people in all the world are the members of Maranatha Baptist Church. They surprised me last night with the attendance. What a great attendance last night, and I'm thankful for that. Thankful for and how he keeps things going and protects us. And boy, great time we had in church last night. And I'm looking forward to today. We had soul winning today at 10:30 and trying to reach some people for Christ. Looking forward to that. Seeing what the Lord can do as we try to reach people for Jesus Christ. And I'd encourage you, got to be a soul winner, my friend. Got to be a soul winner. And I would encourage you to do so. I'm looking forward also to Mother's Day coming this Sunday. Let me encourage you, if your mom is still alive, let me just say a couple of things. One, if your mom's still alive, I don't care what issues you have with her, get over them. I'm just being honest now. My mom has been dead for 14 years. And boy, I wish I could talk to my mom one more time. Now, my mom and I had a good relationship, good working relationship. And I love my mama. Boy, what she did for me and instilling some character traits inside of me. And you only have one mom, and when she's gone, you'll never be able to mend fences. You'll never be able to get some things done that you need to. Let me encourage you. If you're having issues with your parents, get over them. And it's you getting over it. It's not them coming to you. You getting over it. And you get your heart right towards them, and you treat them right. You only have one parent when they're gone. I always tell people, I tell my church this often, the worst place in the world to get right with your parents is in their casket, because they will never know they died with a broken heart. Don't let that be you. You do your part. You get right with mom and dad and treat your parents right. Call your mama up and tell her that you love her and thank her for all the investment that she had. She, well, my mom's not perfect. Well, she had you. And that's the problem. She had to deal with you. And that's why she's not perfect, because you're dead not perfect. You got that right there? So let's always keep that in mind. And Mother's Day is coming up. Let's make sure we do our mothers right. Of course, Maranatha Baptist Church, we got a gift for giving out to mamas and to ladies. And I would encourage you be here this Sunday at Maranatha Baptist Church. Now, I want to talk to you this morning about keeping a positive workspace environment. In 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 18, the scripture says, "Servants, be subject to your masters with all fear, not only to the good and gentle, but also to the froward." Now, keeping a positive workspace environment is no easy task. The average workplace is filled with griping, complaining about how bad the boss is or how bad the owners are to the employees. But isn't it amazing how those who gripe never go to get a new job, and they're always cashing the paychecks of the owner every week? If that owner's so bad, why are you cashing their check? See, maybe it's not the boss or the owner who's bad, but maybe it could be the attitude of the employees who tend to be complainers and who rob the owner of time that they're supposed to be working by talking or browsing on social media while they're being paid, and yet the owner doesn't ever one time fire them for that. Think about that. Now, God commands us in the verse I just read to you to be subject to your masters. Now, it's interesting that God didn't say to be subject to your boss if they're a good person, but he said be subject to them even if they are froward. Now, in other words, you're to be subject to your boss, whether they're good or bad. And you're going to have a hard time being subject to someone who you continually complain and gripe about. You'd find that it would be much easier, my friend, to be subject to your boss if you created a positive workspace environment. Now, let me share some ways that you can do this. First, create a positive workspace environment by, get this now, working hard. I have found that when you're busy working that you don't have time to complain. So if you have time to complain, It's because you're not busy working. The harder you work on the job, the more positive you become about where you work. I used to work at a paper factory out in California years ago. And man, the men would gripe and complain. But you know what? When I found that they would gripe and complain when they're standing around griping and complaining. I found that those who are working hard didn't have time to gripe and complain. Now, isn't that amazing? You work hard, you'll be amazed how you can change the attitude. Second, create a positive workspace environment. Get this now by being thankful. Verse 19 talks about being thankworthy, about being thankworthy to be subject as you're being subject to your master. Now you'll find that having a thankful attitude about having a job will always give you a disposition, a positive disposition about the place you work. You can be thankful for your boss because they hired you. And they didn't have to, but they did. So you've got to be thankful that you have a job that helps you to pay your bills. Third, create a positive workspace environment by not spending time with the griping employees. The only way that griping employees can gripe is if there's somebody that's willing to listen to the griping. If nobody listens to the griping employees cannot gripe. Sadly, most employees gripe about how much they have to do. Now, you ought to be thankful that you have plenty to do because that is what allows your boss to keep you employed. He could have laid you off, but he hasn't. The fact that your boss expects you to work hard, that's reasonable because he's giving you a paycheck. To expect your boss to be happy with you when you're being a slacker is ludicrous. Your boss hired you, listen now, to produce. Because as you produce, you pay the bills. You have to ask yourself this: Am I paying my way? Okay. Let me put it this way. If you're on church staff, if you're on a church staff, are you paying your way for your boss? You say, what do you mean, am I paying my way? Have you brought in enough families that can pay your paycheck? If your answer is no, listen carefully, then you need to get busy. Because your boss can't produce for you. He hired you to produce. Whether you're in the ministry, whether you're on the job, they hired you to produce. And I'm saying this, that if you don't spend time with the griping employees, get busy trying to produce, you might be surprised how you could pay your own way and you'll start enjoying your area. Now, last, you create a positive workspace environment by praying for your boss and the owner. Praying does a whole lot more than griping will ever do. I've learned that I'm more positive towards those who I pray for than I ever am for those who I never pray for. Your prayer life is a key to creating a positive workspace environment. Prayer helps you help your boss by never complaining. Now, let me ask you this. Are you contributing to a negative environment where you work, or are you contributing to a positive workspace environment? Are you working hard? Are you producing? Are you staying away from the gripers? And are you being thankful? And are you listen to me, those things are critical. And boy, having a place that you enjoy working just helps the environment and helps you enjoy work and helps your work day get shorter. Now, I encourage you, why don't you become that person that contributes to a positive workspace environment? God can bless it if you'll do that. Now, my friend, I hope this is a help to you today. Remember today, be good to everyone. Everyone's having a tough time. Have a great day, my friend.